Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today we'll be making this little mini album, and it highlights the Big Shot die, the Scallop square, as well as some of our new designer paper available July 1st called Greenhouse Gala, and the Friends Never Fade stamp set. Let's get started. So this is what the Scallop square Big Z clear large Big Shot die cut looks like. Again, this is for the Scallop square. And I thought I'd show you some of my tips real quick about what I use for chipboard. This piece here came from the designer paper. It's a little heavier duty not cardstock, but it's, you know, what do I want to call it? Just, it's a little heavier than cardstock, but not quite like chipboard. But it's sturdy enough that it can be a good anchoring piece for your die cuts. Other things, you know, there's a lot of packaging of different things that have lightweight chipboard in them with them. And quite honestly, I've even have torn apart or broken down my cereal boxes. That's a perfect weight too. And again, if you're covering both sides of it with designer paper, no one would ever know that your Lucky Charms have been recycled. So that is a good way of recycling your cereal boxes as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this through my Big Shot and be right back. So I put it through the Big Shot, and then this is what it looks like when you take it off. And as you can see, this is a nice frame piece. I cut mine at 5 by 5, and then we have our, you know, our chipboard type of piece of paper that we'll use to anchor everything else down. Okay, so I have all of our pieces cut, and I thought I'd again show you really quick how this would look. As you can see, I used my Greenhouse Gala piece of, again, it's the sturdy cardstock that comes with the designer paper. And what I found is that really a glue stick works just about as good as anything so that you can have some good coverage. But that's going to be like the front of the card. And for me, for this project, I want to cover both the front and the back. And so you'll need 2 pieces of designer paper per card or chipboard layering type of pieces that you have. So again, this is from Greenhouse Gala, and so I went ahead and I cut, and I'm going to have 4 pages to it. So I know that with 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to need 8. And while I had my Big Shot going, I went ahead and you know, just did a couple more because I had other projects. And I guess also to highlight what you can do is because, you know, I guess it is called scrapbooking, right? This is what you get after you run it through the Big Shot. You have all of these cool frames. So I'm going to hang on to these for a little bit and probably use them in scrapbooking pages, or, you know, maybe even a card. So, you know, as you can see here, these don't line up perfectly, but they will line up, and then I can trim off the different pieces. So these are, you know, don't throw these away. They might be able to be repurposed. So I thought, again, I'm never quite sure what everybody might like to see, but I'll go ahead and show you on this last side how I anchor down the cards. Again, I just have a glue stick because I like how glue sticks are a little bit repositional before the glue on it, before, you know, you are committed to it. And let's see, there's my direction of my poppy, so I want to make sure that this goes the same way. And you just kind of line it up, and again with the glue stick you can almost slide it around until you get your scallops put together. So these are going to be our cover pieces. You know, this is going to be the front, or one of these layouts will be the front, and this will be the back. And then I've got 2 layering or inside pages. And what I did on each of these designer papers is I used one side of the pattern for one side of this, and then this would be the complementary or the other side, the back side of that same designer paper. And that's what's nice with using a series of paper, is that you know that all of the colors are meant to go together. Okay, so that's going to be, again, then the layout out of the book. So now it's just a matter of deciding what we want to put on our book. And I punched out a few more of the layering pieces. And what this can be used for then is I'll introduce this into the project and be able to cut this in half, and then this can become a little pocket holder for it. Again, knowing that this will match the scallop on the bottom or the sides or wherever I'm going to decide to, to make a pocket. Okay, so we'll be back with the finished product. So everything is assembled, and this is how the album turned out. So again, I've got some of those extra pieces cut at a diagonal and made some extra pockets or little things to pull out. I tried to make each page a little interesting and maybe interactive. This could be a good place for journaling or a photo. Again, this little pocket tucks, this little square comes out. And I'll have each of these pages on my blog, so that you can see how each of them, the layouts looked. And I got the rings. These are just book rings. Found those at Staples. Got some ribbon and fun with fur to really, poof up the rings. I'm not sure how much, the things that I put on top of each of these pages, how much bulk it will have. That's why I like to use the rings. That way it expands, the book kind of expands, and I've got room for it. And then when I'm all done getting goodies inside, then I come back and really fill up the rings with ribbon. So that's our little mini album that we can use highlighting the Big Shot, Scallop Square, and again using the series, using the stamp set Friends Never Fade and Greenhouse Gala. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you have fun making these mini albums. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.